What's going on, guys? We're gonna go ahead and start the leg workout. This is take 2 of trying to do a voiceover. I tried to do one and I successfully did it for the workout, but my on the way to the gym video I tried to include with the workout, and it didn't really work out too well because I'm still trying to figure this editing app out. And so I tried to mute the audio for the workout in the gym, so that way the music wasn't playing in the background, and then I could do the voiceover, and that's all that would show up, or all that would play, so that way I don't get copyrighted. Well, come to find out, I wasn't only subtracting the audio from the gym clips, I also did it for the on the way to the gym clip in the truck, which there was no music playing, so I was in no danger of having a copyright issue there, but it still subtracted the audio from it, so it was just me looking like I was talking without any noise actually playing through the phone. So I just went ahead and scrapped it all, and that my on the way to the gym video will be separate from the workout video. But here we are, we're doing leg extensions. We're going to go to failure, 1 set, and then we'll move directly onto a set of squats to failure, 1 set. And for the weight, we're using 160 pounds on the stack here. We got 150 on the stack, and then an extra 10 pounds on the little dial, the adjustment dial that's in 5, 10, and 15 pound increment. And so once we move on to squats, we'll do 175 pounds. So as you see here, with all the rest, like the rest of the exercises we do, slow and controlled, should be no jerking or sudden movement of the weight, just trying to use the muscle, which in this case is the quads. And I think that might have been the last rep right there. Can't remember if I get another one. Nope, that's it. So now we'll move over here to the squat rack, and we'll do a set of squats to failure, which I noticed whenever I was doing these squats that my belt was awful loose. When I get in the down position, I'm gonna have to look into getting a different belt, I think, because the one I got's getting a little too big, or I guess the belt hasn't changed any, I'm getting too small. But here we go, 1 set to failure on the squats. I believe we get 9 reps here. We're trying to go to parallel, and no more, no less. Try to go straight down, straight back up, try not to lean forward too much. And the shoes that I got on are supposed to help activate the quads more. It helps keep my heels from lifting up off the floor, because the heels are elevated in these shoes, and they seem to be helping ever since I've used them. I've had them for quite a few months now, and I think they've done me some good as far as my technique. Just about there. When I pause at the top, I'm pausing just long enough to take a good deep breath, and then go back down again, and then up. And there we go, 1 set to failure on the squats. Now we'll move on to the hamstring curls, 1 set to failure. Here we go with the hamstring curls. We're going to do 1 set to failure. We got 90 pounds on the stack, and I think we get 10 reps here. But same song and dance, just slow and controlled on the way up, hold for a couple seconds, and slowly lower down. Not looking to gain any muscle, we're just looking to maintain muscle mass, so our reps and our weight should be staying about the same throughout this calorie deficit, which they have been. I might go up or down a rep or 2 here and there but the weight's staying the same. So as long as we got that going on, we know we're maintaining muscle mass while losing fat. So we don't want to go down in reps too much or down in weight. We know we'll be losing more muscle than we need to at that point. Once we get done with these hamstring curls, we're going to move on to a set of standing calf raises using dumbbells. And that'll do it for the hamstring curls. One set to failure, just positive failure. Now we'll move on to the standing calf raises. Okay guys, here we go. This is the last set for legs. We've done leg extensions and squats superset fashion. We've done hamstring curls. Now we're just going to move on to our last set for legs, which is going to be standing calf raises using dumbbells. We'll have an 85-pound dumbbell in each hand, using wrist straps so our grip doesn't fail before our calves do. And then once we get finished up with this set, we'll move on to one set of hanging leg raises. And I was trying to think of a way to increase intensity with these standing calf raises with the dumbbells. I'm kind of limited to what I can do on the boat and at home, because I do the same workout at home I do on the boat, so that way I can track my progress. And I was thinking maybe I could buy some resistance bands and fix them to the calf block, and have one going over each shoulder. And I don't know how those resistance bands work. I think you can get them in different weight resistance, maybe 10, 15, 20 pound resistance. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to look into that, because I'm thinking that might be a way that I could increase intensity, because the dumbbells on the boat only go up to 90 pounds, so I'd either have to get heavier dumbbells or find some other way to increase the intensity once I start eating in a surplus. And I'm hoping those resistance bands will offer that increase in intensity for me. If you guys got any other suggestions, put them in the comments, and I might look into it. Just keep in mind I'm limited to my equipment. I'd like to use a calf raise machine or a Smith machine, which we've got at the gym, the Smith machine, but we don't have the Smith machine on the boat, so you gotta work with what you got. And right here I'm using the barbell for support so I don't fall face first. I try to stay as up and down as much as I possibly can. The idea is you want to keep your knees locked while doing these. You don't want any bending of the knees, just keep them locked, and just try not to use momentum. And so there we go, we reached positive failure there, 14 reps I believe it was. Now we're going to move on to our last set, which is hanging leg raises. This will be the last set in the workout. We've completed legs already. Now we'll move on to hanging leg raises. I found a bar in the gym that was slightly more elevated than the one I used in the last legs and abs workout. The issue I was having was my toes were dragging the ground as I was doing the hanging leg raises, and so found a way to remedy that. Found a higher bar that I can use, and I just had to use this box to stand up on to reach it. But I'm gonna kick the box out of the way here, so that way it doesn't get in the way of the leg raises. So now that we've got the box out of the way, we're just gonna perform one set of hanging leg raises to failure. Trying not to use the momentum, just focus on using the core to lift the legs up. I want to be able to touch the bar with my toes, but I haven't made it that far yet. So I'm going up halfway, or a little more than halfway. And each time I complete a rep, I'm trying to resettle at the bottom. This way you see me kicking the box a little bit there. I'm trying to reset my feet and trying not to swing or use momentum in the movement. I believe we get 10 to 12 reps here. I haven't been counting, but I got it wrote down. I write down all of my workouts, so I'm trying to stay in tune with that and track my progress. But I believe we reached failure right there. I might have one more in the tank, but that is going to do it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.